and you've been good enough to join us. Justine, how are you going?
Very good, thanks. Yeah.
Very relaxed?
Yeah, I just could see the second set of that match. I thought it was great tennis tonight.
Now, are you sick of people asking you about why you retired? I mean, everyone wants to know. Still, even a year on, everyone's still asking you about it, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to explain or to understand, but I mean, being on the tour for such a long time and being in this bubble, you know, it's been a lot of sacrifices, a lot of things, and I really needed to find my confidence back away from the courts. So it was important for me that time off to live my personal life and come back with a lot of things that I know now that I didn't know 2 years ago. It's a lot of fun, a big motivation for me, and just to find a good balance between personal life and the competition. And I think it's my fuel today to come back at my best level.
Did you know when you retired, did you always think you would come back, or you really genuinely thought that was it?
No, I thought it was over. I'm really this kind of person who, when I take a decision, usually, I mean, it's the right one and I never come back on it. But slowly but surely the passion came back, and I saw Roger Federer winning the French Open, and I thought, well, Wimbledon is the only one missing, and a dream started to in myself again, and at that time I started to think, well, why not trying to come back with Carlos and keep working hard and find my motivation back, and it's been a good experience since I'm back now.
Have you come back with a different plan to try and win Wimbledon? Have you tried to amp your game up at all, or is it pretty much the same?
No, it's pretty much the same. I think a lot of things have worked pretty well in the past in my first career, so it wouldn't be very good to change all the things that worked for me. So we just try to keep the same routine, and of course we grew up a lot, and I learned a lot of other things. But Wimbledon is going to be a goal. It's a dream right now. I got injured last year over there, but who knows what's going to happen in the next 2 years. I hope before the Olympics over there, of course.
Is it hard when you have that one slam left that you really want to win to not focus too, is it a hard balance to not focus too much on that?
Well, it's I don't make it an obsession. Wow, it's a long time ago, all these images losing against Venus 2001, but no, I don't make it the obsession, and just prepare everything about Wimbledon. I think every tournament is important. Here it's important. I want to get ready for the Open, and then the French, I love it, of course, and also I just have a plan for the whole season. Try to stay healthy, and hope can be at the championships at the end of the year also, and try to come back at my best level as soon as possible.
You mentioned Carlos, and he's been there all the way through all those successes. I guess a lot of people have probably asked you, maybe you might have gone for a different coach to try and have a different voice, but obviously you still wanted him behind you. He's there through all your great successes. Is he teaching you any new things, or are you just why did you stay with him?
Well, I mean, it's going to be 15 years that we work together. This year in June is going to be 15 years, so I can tell you he's more than a coach. He's my family. He's been my guide, and he's been the guy who's been behind me all the time in the good times, in the bad times, and it's just when I walk on the court, I don't walk alone on the court, and we are a team that works very well for a long time, and of course, there are so many questions. We want to get better. How can we get better? How can we communicate better? And so to improve my game. But I have the feeling every day is teaching me something new, and he knows me so well. So I think that helps a lot.
You mentioned the bad times. Do we, as the outside, have no idea? A lot of the time when an athlete has something going on in their personal life, how hard is that when you're going out in the court and you just don't feel good for one reason or another?
Yeah, that happens sometimes, because we're human beings before being athletes, and sometimes you have some downs like anyone else, and you have to deal with it. But you have to remain professional, be focused. That's what we love so much. But it's true, especially also during the injuries and everything, and when there are so many questions, and sometimes the motivation is very high and you feel great, and sometimes you have some problems that you have to deal with. But it's in this kind of situation that you learn a lot, that you're getting stronger, and I think I've been through a few difficult times in my life, but I always try to take something positive from that, and that gave me a lot in my career.
Yes, well, I mean, you came back so well last year. I think you probably amazed everyone. A, did you surprise yourself? And B, is it Is it a reflection at all on the women's game that the players that were still, 10 years ago, basically the same players were at the top? Is that a surprise to you that the same players are still at the top of the game?
Well, it looks like the older generation is still alive, but no, I was a bit surprised because I didn't expect really something special last year at the Open when we were in the plane flying to Australia with Carlos. We was just talking about that last year, the goals, the expectations, and I was ready for the best and I was ready for the worst situation, and it's been almost the perfect comeback for me, having match points in Brisbane against Kim and then 3 sets against Serena in the final. I was physically a bit too short to win the Open probably, and also the fact that I was away from the courts for 2 years. I didn't have, playing well on the important points against such a great champion like Serena. It didn't help.
Do you think, is it a surprise to you though that there hasn't been, I mean Wozniacki's come through, but there hasn't been too many. In fact now you look, and the same in the men's game, not too many teenagers coming through, which is amazing when you think of it in the women's game because so many like yourself came through at such a young age.
Yeah, I think in the next year or maybe next 2 years is going to be probably a big difference because we're getting older. Serena almost 30 and Venus also 30 and Kim and me and a lot of other players that still at the top. The new generation is coming up, that's for sure, but it will need probably a little bit of more time to really take the lead. That's what we expect for in the next few years.
Now, when you're in retirement, I'm sure everyone tries to play this to you, but we just have to search YouTube. It wasn't that hard. Belgium TV, when you were singing and dancing. I'm going to play it first for those that haven't seen it. And here it is.
It was a few weeks ago.
We just have a listen. What was going on there, Justine?
Well, it was a challenge for it was a big show for kids that are sick, and so they asked me to give this challenge to sing and to dance. And one of my best friends is a famous choreographer in Belgium, and we started to work together, and I took some singing lessons, and people were crazy over
there. They loved it.
Yeah, they loved it, and I just gave my best. I was so nervous before walking on the court, but I love to prove myself that I can push my limits back, even if I'm not really talented to sing and to dance. But it was important for me to be there, to give the support, and I had a lot of fun. I love to compete, and it was kind of competition for me.
Just one last one then on that. I mean, you set up the Six Sense Academies, which is for kids for tennis, but also a balance in life. Is that one of the lessons that you learned out of it all?
Of course. I mean, tennis is important, but we want to give them the important values as they're growing up, and I think we have an important role also for that, not only to teach them how to play tennis, but try to be with them in their life as teenagers. So it's working pretty good. We are in Belgium, in China, in the States, and we just try to be on their sides and help them to grow up. And if one of them can become a champion, of course we're behind him or her, but well, we just want to give them a lot of support, and that's a nice experience for Carlos and I.
That's fantastic. Well, you've got a big match tomorrow night, which we're going to bring everyone here on 1 and 10. And if you can, here's part of the night starts with Leighton Hewitt in Australia versus Kazakhstan, but if you can do a clean sweep against Serbia, there's still a chance. Do you think you can do that?
Well, we have to win by 3-love, I think, if we want to get qualified for the finals. So we expect for a tough day tomorrow, but we are still alive, and we're going to give our best. It's a fantastic experience, the first time in Hopman Cup, and with Ruben Bellemans, it's just great to play together, have a lot of fun, and we keep fighting, and we still believe we can make it.
Delighted to have you with us. Thank you very much. Good luck for tomorrow night and the rest of the week and the rest of the year. Justine Henin, what a star she is. She's been good enough to join us here on 1 and 10.